President Obama today called the alleged use of chemical weapons by Syria a potential game changer.
Disturbing footage from inside a Syrian hospital. Is this evidence that chemical weapons have been used? The Syrian opposition, including one doctor who was present, claim it is.
This video and picture show exactly the signs and symptoms referred to the use of chemical gases.
Other unverified footage, some of it too graphic to broadcast, apparently shows twitching bodies and people foaming from the mouth. But the Syrian government today vehemently denied that it had used chemical weapons like sarin. If it had, then the implications are serious.
The past few weeks have seen Syrian rebels and government forces accuse each other over the use of deadly chemicals. The Syrian government's known to have a stock of such chemicals, so Washington says if they've been used, it would have been by Assad's side. The European Union wants more evidence and has called for a UN investigation to be carried out on the ground. The Syrian opposition say they hope proof will lead to more international intervention in the conflict.
If the international community arrives at the conclusion that chemical weapons were used, then I think it's only natural for us to achieve some of the demands that we've made. Some of these demands are the no-fly zone in the north and the southern parts of Syria to protect innocent civilians. Also, we've asked for strategic strikes against Assad installations.
It's obviously horrific as it is when mortars are being fired on civilians and people are being indiscriminately killed. To use potential weapons of mass destruction on civilian populations crosses another line with respect to international norms and international law. And that is going to be a game changer.
Similar words on the other side of the Atlantic, the British Prime Minister David Cameron describing the use of chemical weapons as a war crime.
The growing signs that he's using chemical weapons is frankly appalling. But we have to think before we act about what we can do and what will best help.
The country's information minister says the United States and Britain are lying to pressure the government. He says Syria doesn't even have chemical weapons.
Britain, the US, Israel and others have all been trying to collect evidence from inside Syria. In Britain's case, tests have been carried out at the Porton Down laboratory. These have indicated that the chemical weapon sarin has been used. But that still leaves many questions, including when it was used, by whom, whether it was ordered from the top, and why.
Meanwhile, the Syrian civil war rages on. Activists reported heavy fighting across Damascus on Friday, with government forces pushing north into two rebel-held neighborhoods.